everyone. I just got done troubleshooting for several hours, and it was one of those things where it's just a series of turning things off and on again. So I had to figure out how to be able to set up my gaming system with the cam on Streamlabs OBS, but oh, there's an echo. Oh my god, just when I thought I had everything working. An echo. Is there still an echo? There shouldn't be. Let me double check. Oh, that's why. Okay, there we go. Is that better?
How about now? I think it's good now. I disabled the other stuff. I tested it in the recording before I went live too, twice. You see what I mean? Okay, it should be better now. So, yeah, as you can see, I'm not lying. So that's why I'm really late. I also wake up really late. I know normal people need 8 hours, but I need like 10 hours of sleep sometimes, depending. And today was one of those days, so I woke up extra late even though I didn't go to bed at the worst time that I have done in the past. But anyway, thank you everyday podcast for being a subscriber for 2 months. Simp God is here for Brittany. Well, you're the first. It's low now. Let me turn it up. Okay. Maybe it's better now. I have to mess with the mixer and stuff because of this is like as high as it can go. Because of recording. No? Okay. I don't know. Maybe if I'm just like clicking buttons and switching buttons. It's too low now. I didn't do anything to like change the volume before though. One sec. I have like the worst allergies right now because of the dust. Because like my setup is right below the vent, so it's like blowing in air and it makes me sneeze. I'm very allergic to dust. Allergic to dusties. Too low. Might have to suffer through it. I don't know what else to do. Okay. The test. I have both the knobs at like max. I don't know why it's doing that. I hope it doesn't make the background noise really annoying. Ow. Do I have to turn it back down? Okay. Hopefully that's good enough. Anyway, so today we're giving Pearl a makeover, and you guys know and love Pearl, and you guys know that, you know, despite my charitable advice to her, she has not taken it. So I thought that we ought to do a simulator to show how she can look better. And I feel pretty confident about saying that because I have new Asian makeup on today. So I feel like I'm the master of makeup now. So before we do that, though, I have a few tweets by Pearl that I wanted to show on screen as a follow-up. So first off, she claims that she got struck. She claims that her YouTube channel was demonetized over here. I have to sit here and get screen caps because she still has me blocked. So it's excuse me, a little unconventional. Intel Wild $5 super chat. Shout out to mother Fukin godfather of Red Pill, Rolo de Goat Tomasi. Grandma Tomasi. Shout out to him for what? For his rant on Pearl. Is that why you're saying that? That was pretty mean in the video. People were calling me mean. He told her to die in a car crash. I never said anything like that. But anyway, here's what I'm talking about. Hopefully everything works. She said, I never had a YouTube strike and my channel was just demonetized. So she's saying that her YouTube channel is now demonetized. But there was another screenshot where she said that she just got struck. And it was like from a day ago. Let me pull it up. And so because of that, I feel like we can't trust her word for it, because Pearl is not above lying for attention and lying to make herself look good, as I don't know why the camera's lagging, but she's definitely lied to look good and for attention before, whether it's misciting studies, or if it's like her saying, oh, that's not true, and then her not providing proof how. Like, she accused me of getting information wrong. I was like, okay, prove it, and then she didn't. But in general, I feel like you can't trust anything she says. So I'm going to pull up Tree of Logic's tweet, because she's been really good about collecting receipts and the coverage on Pearl. But as you can see here, she says, I never had a YouTube strike. My channel's demonetized. But then she says, in the last 24 hours, I've gotten a YouTube strike and my Instagram taken down. Weird. I wonder what powers I pissed off this time. And it's like, no, maybe it's because you literally don't know how to follow the rules, in the sense that, like, you go on Pearl's YouTube and there's so many videos where she violates the TOS. So I said that in Simcast before this happened. So literally earlier this week. But I'm not quick to believe her, though. It's not unbelievable that she would get demonetized, because how often she kind of just doesn't read through the rules and violates them, like, especially with some of her titles. But the fact that these two tweets are conflicting, and this one where she says that she got the strike was before this one where she says, I never had a YouTube strike. So how did it go from the day before, or 3 days before, you could see it here, the 12th, to a few days later, oh, I never had a strike and now I'm demonetized. So something's fishy there. So until she posts proof, I don't believe her, and I don't have a reason to believe her. Dominic Tafoya, $5 super chat. What are some book recommendations from women authors? Depends what subject you like. Let me check my Kindle. I don't know if I have it downloaded on this phone. But I read a lot of, like, so for example, I read Holly Madison Down the Rabbit Hole because I was curious about the sex work aspect of being at Playboy and what she had to say about it. That was an interesting read. Not as good as Britney Spears' book, though. That one's worth the read. You guys should read that if you want the tea. Let's see what else. Quite a few. There was one about, I don't know if it's here. I'm looking. This Is Your Brain on Birth Control was a good read. Everything Below the Below the Waist was a good read. Those are all women. This one's by a woman and a man. It's called Attached. It's about attachment theory, which is interesting and useful if, like, for example, if you're the type of person where, like, you end up with people that don't want to text you, but you're the type that wants to be texted and you want, like, physical attention, but they're, like, not giving it to you, and you don't really get why you keep repeating that cycle. That's a good book for that. But that one's by a woman and a man. So yeah. If you want a, like, really gay book, Venus and Aphrodite by Bethany Hugh. That's, like, a really poetic gay book if you want something, like, pretentious. So I hope that answers your question. Anyway, so I think Pearl could be lying about her strike for attention. If she's not, she should post proof. But it's interesting because I had just commented on this on Simcast on Sunday, and I was like, how is it that her and Rolo, Grandma Tomasi, are still monetized on YouTube, yet they're trying to trade what they think is my nudes and revenge porn, hypothetically, because it's not mine. They think it is, but it's not. But their intention is to try to trade revenge porn to other YouTubers behind the scenes, and there's screen caps of this, and yet they're still monetized. But like, I've seen people get demonetized for much less. An example, Russell Brand, where there was not even evidence at the time that he did anything at all, like not even like a testimony whatsoever, like even an implication. So I had mentioned that. I was like, how is it that they're still monetized, but like Russell Brand, for example, got demonetized, and then now a few days later, now she's potentially demonetized. So that's interesting. And there is a comment from the video that I wanted to respond to. Do I have it up? The title is killing me. Yeah, we'll get to the makeover right after we go through these screenshots. I just wanted to do some post-video discussion really quick. I look like an alien today. I was going for doll. But I don't know. Some of these people, after I criticize them, they act like I probed them. I'm doing my makeup. What's it called? Douyin? Is that what you call it? Douyin makeup? It's like Chinese TikTok, where like, I feel like I fucked it up. It's like Chinese TikTok makeup style, because Asian makeup is better on me. If you have like small eyes that are very like, there's a lot of skin, it's like foldy, and there's not a lot of space, you probably will look better with Asian makeup. So like Slavic women, for example. I got the Slavic eyes from my dad's side. So anyway, this comment was one I wanted to bring up. I'm not a Pearl fan. This is in the comments of my recent Pearl video. I'm not a Pearl fan, nor do I agree with her takes. She is talking about having low self-esteem, but calling someone else pathetic doesn't make you look any better either. This might sound crazy, but guys don't find it attractive when a girl has their head in their ass either. Okay, so first part. I feel like the people that say this are completely missing the point of the video. The point of the video is, despite her humiliation rituals, she still puts herself on a pedestal by putting random other women down unwarranted. And I feel like that's a lot of the Pearl defenders, her simps and white knights will gloss over that entire point. And me pointing it out is to point out, as I said in the video, which like I don't understand how it's not clear when I already pointed this out in the video. But I hate how it creates a shadow. That's really annoying. Anyway, I already pointed this out in the video, that she always talks about how women need to be this and that and perfect in every way, to the point where she makes tweets about like, how many times should a woman get a babysitter before it's too many? Like literally, if you want to go on date night now, that's even contested. And obviously it's for attention, because she's desperate, which was kind of the point of the video. But that's how extreme she's willing to go, and yet look at her. She's completely unkempt. So that's my point in saying that. How about if you actually want to help her like you claim you do in the first video? Okay, first off, I gave her plenty of free advice, and I'm about to give her a makeover in a few minutes. You know, actually reach out as a friend instead of getting monetary gain by lowering someone's self-esteem further. So I don't understand what it is with this whole like, we need to enable people's bad behaviors thing going on. I don't understand why people think it's, so to speak, good karma to enable bad people and let them do bad things that are overall not only harmful to themselves but other people. And I really get that vibe for example, with Pearl, and how much benefit of the doubt people give when there really is no doubt. And also, reach out to her like a friend. What? Like a friend? She tried to pass around what she thought was my revenge porn, where she doesn't know how old whoever's chest that is that she's passing around. That could have been a 16-year-old, 17-year-old girl. That photo is from a girl who posted on 4chan. Okay, they don't ID there. I'm familiar with the nude she's talking about. It's because this girl had a yellow, I think I had a yellow long sleeve because I remember layering it at Hundu, and this girl had a yellow short sleeve, and she posted her nudes, and the guys thought it was me because I had worn a yellow shirt once on Hundu. So then I trolled about it, and then people took it seriously. So she's referring to those. So she's distributing this. Her and Rolo attempted to, trying to distribute this to other YouTubers, like my coworkers, essentially, right? And I should act as a friend and reach out to her? What the hell do you think made her deserve my kindness like that? You know, and that's what I'm talking about. There is no, you guys need to understand, some of you really do not understand that there are people in this world who are not reasonable. You cannot reason with them. You can talk until you're blue in the face. They don't give a fuck. They're going to keep doing what they're doing until something bad enough happens to them to where they stop. And I think a lot of people don't understand that. And a lot of people are very ignorant to the concept of sociopaths and how they lack empathy. They literally lack that part in their brain. They're literally brain damaged. Okay, I'm not saying Pearl is necessarily one, but she displays some sociopathic behaviors. I'm sure everyone does on some level. But people need to understand that there are unreasonable people in the world. And one of those unreasonable people is Pearl. Like, she's doing things that are completely unhinged and unreasonable on a constant daily basis. Just scroll down her Twitter. I really, at this point, don't need to even provide receipts. Like, how much evidence? It's like, it feels like, this is what it feels like. It feels like no matter how many receipts I give people, no matter how much evidence I give people, they still want to defend it and enable it and say, oh, but like, what if, like, no, there's no but what ifs. She's trying to distribute nudes that she doesn't even know the age of the girl that's in the photo. So, like, I don't understand all of this BS. I don't get it. I don't get the, do people think that's like a Christian value or something? I don't understand, because that's not canon to the Bible either, as far as I know. That's not what, like, turn the other cheek means. Doesn't mean, like, let people step all over you and be a doormat and allow them to do bad things. I'm pretty sure religious texts in general speak against that. So I really don't know where people get it from that they think it makes them a good person to not criticize someone that goes and constantly puts down other people, constantly is worsening the gender relations, constantly speaking about how women have to be perfect but men can do anything, including her weird tweets and stances on abuse and cheating, how it's like such a gray area for men, and how women have to be perfect and like can't even have babysitters go out. Like, at this point, there's no point in me showing more evidence, because it doesn't seem to actually resonate or matter to some people. So in a sense, they themselves are also unreasonable. And I really wish we could see a change with that trend I see with the whole, like, enabling people's bad behaviors BS, thinking that makes you a good person. Again, I argue that's bad karma. I'm putting it into that term as a way to communicate it, not that, like, karma is, like, real in the way that, like, yogi people always say. What I'm trying to say is, overall, in the very physical sense, excluding the metaphysical, if you are enabling bad people to do bad things, you're worsening the world overall. Okay, in a very plain way of explaining it, in the very physical sense of the world that we live in and can perceive. And when it's repeated behavior, it's no longer an oopsie. It's no longer a mistake. People can make repeated mistakes, but it gets to a point where they're aware what they're doing and they keep doing it. And for people to enable it is also bad. To give too much benefit of doubt to people who don't deserve it is also bad. Holding people accountable is good. Okay, you don't want to like overdo it and like literally never forgive anyone for anything. And I see that too happening in general with how people work. But the overcorrection needs to stop. It's really, and it's what makes it more, it's like when you become the bad guy for pointing out someone else doing something wrong, that's really where it goes too far for me. When you're not allowed to criticize people who are actively doing bad things, and I don't need to sit here and go into detail when I've already done that in my videos. If you want specifics and receipts, you can go there. But I would define telling your adult male audience how 16-year-old girls are so sexy. I would consider that morally abhorrent, for example. So, to call me the bad guy for pointing that out, right? And speaking of which, I should do what Pearl does. I'm just a messenger. Hold on. Let me pull up. Here it is. She always says this at the end of her little opinions. Don't shoot the messenger. And it's interesting because it's always her message. Like, what do you mean don't shoot the messenger? It's your message. You're not carrying the message from someone else. You're not playing devil's advocate. This is what you personally think. What do you mean don't shoot? Does she not know what that means? I don't think she understands what don't shoot the messenger actually means. Men should not do things for women. That allows women to take advantage and control you. Yeah, literally do nothing nice for your woman. See if that gets you in a good relationship. You see, this is what I mean. Actively trying to influence people to do bad things that are very bad for society. But, you get demonized if you point it out for not assuming the best of someone that has proven time and time again that they don't deserve it. Life would still be good without women. It is, what this kind of sounds like? It kind of sounds like she has like a gay man in her ear. Like she's listening to a lot of gay men. I wonder who those would be. I feel like a gay man would say that. I feel like even gay men, though, a lot of them wouldn't say that because they actually like women and appreciate their femininity. But I feel like a closeted gay man would feel this way, Some closeted gay men. I feel like they're in her ear. I wonder who. Men should follow their purpose. That's from God. Oh, she's not going to talk about God right now. That's crazy to me that she claims to be a Catholic, by the way. I saw a tweet where she claimed that. I was like, oh, no fucking way. She doesn't even try. Like, what do you mean? You're a fake Catholic. Does she even go to church? That's literally a prerequisite of being Catholic. That's why they're Catholic. You would be a different denomination otherwise. They're very ritualistic. Don't shoot the messenger. It's like, don't shoot the messenger. Doesn't the message of like life would be good without women conflict with the Bible, or men should not do things for women? Doesn't that conflict with the Bible? Very odd from a Christian woman, from a Catholic woman. And obviously, I'm sure it's annoying for Catholics and Christians to constantly hear about how they aren't perfect themselves. And I understand when that argument gets annoying, but I think it absolutely applies in this case, where she does the constant humiliation rituals and yet puts herself above women but below men. That's essentially what she does. She's not like the other girls, but she's also below men because she wants them to like her. So I have an update on Martina too. She was still complaining, still in her head rent-free, randomly talking about how Anna, her stalker, she's calling me the stalker still, on her bully stream with Kirsty, we have to make more followers than Martina that makes us more accomplished than her. You know, and as you can see, even when Kirsty was more than nice and like playing devil's advocate that stream, for those of you who saw it on Kirsty's channel about Martina, where it was revealed that statistically Martina had talked about me hundreds of times with her husband Jack Buckby, and I had only mentioned her a few. Even then, like, look what she does. She throws Kirsty under the bus. So what tell me what the point is in assuming the best of people like this. And birds of the same feather flock together. Or is it birds of feather flock together? That saying applies here. These people all congregate in these groups together and have the same mentality. It's like the Eliza Blue, Martina, Pearl type of personality. Cassandra Fairbanks. Like, they all have that sort of personality. And it's much more reminiscent of a mean girl than I am, I would argue. But anyway. So yeah, Martina was still seething. Excuse me. I'm glad you guys liked the video. It seemed overall people liked the video. It's just like the main criticism I saw was like the one about like how I need to be Pearl's friend. Like, if that happened to your daughter or your mom or your sister, would you tell her to be friends? Stop. No, you wouldn't. You'd be like getting the pitchforks out. Hold on, I'm reading chat. Yeah, I saw Roma Army took down her OF, but she's still doing like the same stuff. That was just a front. She's still doing that stuff. It's just like she does it differently now. So I wouldn't consider that stopping sex work. Oh, thank you for the curly hair compliment. Pearl's causing more damage turning women into radical feminists. I think so. Especially after I saw it's on Twitter. She keeps picking fights. I saw her retweet something about like, because I checked before stream, obviously. In regard to Sydney Watson retweeting someone being negative about her, and it's like you're trying so hard. It's a little bit of a conundrum. It's like, do you bring awareness to the issue, or do you just like want her to disappear at a point? In the sense of like, if you keep talking about her, right, she's gonna keep being observed, right? Where you put your attention is where energy goes. So if you change where your attention goes, then, you know, if you focus on positive things, then more positive things will tend to happen. But it's like the balance. It's like, at what point do you talk about an issue and bring awareness to it, or just let someone fizzle out, you know? And yeah, she has a last thing I'm gonna mention is this tweet about her creating a virtual community, like her creating a cult or whatever, essentially, saying she's gonna have a school, a wife school. It's like, your wife school already failed. It's been failing, and she hasn't put much effort into it, despite having like a whole team of people to help her. And she's not a good content creator. She's not good at her job, as shown by the stats I mentioned in the video. Her concurrent viewership's very bad for her channel size, abhorrently bad. And she's talking about making a wife school, like, but she has no skills, really. At least not that we know of. At least not content creation or homemaking, really. I saw the videos where she tried to learn how to cook. She didn't know how to cook. Like, sometimes people will cope and pretend they know how to cook because they know how to cook, like, spaghetti or, like, one thing. But there are a lot of indicators in her content that she didn't, at least when she made the wife school videos. And also the titles were, like, learning to do blah, blah, blah for the first time. And it's funny. She's like actually trying to create a space, like as if it would be successful. And it's not that the idea is bad in the sense of creating a community that has things in common and good values in theory, but it's the fact that she's had so many failed projects that she keeps getting bailed out of because of her daddy's money. So, like her 24-hour live stream had one viewer. So, what makes her think that this would work? Like, you don't know how to home make. She's always like doing these ideas, but then like she never like nothing. Probably nothing's gonna come of this. So, if she were anybody else who didn't have daddy's money, this wouldn't even be a thing. No, people should try, but there's a difference between trying and actually doing something right and improving, and she doesn't do those things. So the one viewer's probably her daddy. No, it was us, remember? But anyway, we're gonna give Pearl a much needed makeover, and I'm gonna do it with Fashion Dreamer. It's a new game that came out on the Nintendo Switch, and it's a really girly, cutesy game. It's kind of, I would doubt if any men played this game, but for the application today, I think it's actually pretty good to give Pearl a makeover. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully this works. Because I was having problems with it earlier, so it might have a problem again. But let's see if I can get it to work. I'm having problems because it's like having the cam with the capture card and then also having this is like really hard on my computer, I guess. But if I can't get it to work, I will post screen caps of what I do.
Oh, that went out for a second.
One sec. Let me try to load it. I had to reinstall this installer thing for like 6 times, and like it's capturing the wrong one. It was working earlier. This was the problem earlier, where now did you see that color change? Look what it's doing to me. But yeah. Generally she dresses really frumpy, and I just want to like put some like better clothes on her for her body type, but I don't know if I can get the game going. If not, it's okay. Because before, when I used to stream games and do this, it was like on my webcam where I didn't do things like this. Like I had to troubleshoot for like 3 hours. Hold on. I have an idea. So let me pull up this professional program called MS Paint. It has a new look to it. Have you guys noticed? Okay. I'll pull up MS Paint. Okay, I know that this is like a before shot of her. her weight's fluctuated, but generally when I saw her in like recent content, like in the women shouldn't vote thing, she was overweight. So I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna play a dress up game with Pearl. Okay, so this is what we're working with. So I would say, given other photos I've seen of her too, like if you look at her on the street stuff, especially, like you'll see that she carries a lot of weight, like in her upper half, like her stomach area and her arms. So if you take a look here, you can see that she generally has that like boxy shape going, right? And so to me, that looks like it could be apple. Yeah, she does have a lot of weight in her thighs too, and it's harder to tell as you get more weight to your body what body shape you are in some cases like hers. But it doesn't even matter which shape she technically falls into. We just have to know that you know, she has very thick thighs, but then also a very boxy shape here, right? It literally is like if we take a rectangle tool, right, and we do this, it's literally the same shape. Literally the same shape. There's not much like her waist isn't small. Her hips aren't bigger than her waist. Her shoulders are like actually a little bit bigger than her hips. If you like, if I were to draw a straight line, you see that? Her shoulders, even if you were to draw like here, like her shoulders are a lot bigger. Like it's like a triangle shape. Like it's broad here. She has broad shoulders. So because of that, that's something to factor in when dressing her up. So let me pull up. Let me see if I can pull up some images. Draw MS Paint version of her. I could. Okay, so how about we... okay, I'll try it. So, I have to draw with my mouse though. Let's put her in a girly, pretty pink color. Something that's like really light, but like pinky. Okay, so first off, what she could do is, and I'll pull it up too after, she could get something called a personal trainer. No, she could get something called a baby doll top where it'll be like this. It'll be kind of like, I'm overdrawing it, but like it'll be flowy on her arms. So like pretend that's like frills and flowiness, right? So they're not puff sleeves, it's just like flowy. See how that like it would cover, because her arms, I don't know if it shows in this picture, but if you look at my video, her arms, even when she was low weight on like a lower weight on Piers Morgan, they had a lot of width to them, and I would wear something loose because of that on the arms. It can be a short sleeve or it could be something longer sleeve like that, you know, and like be a flowy sleeve. She could do that. There's different variations. If she had a cooler style, she could do the one where it's like that, where there's like a cut in the cuff and it's like a fold when you fold it over. She could do that too, in theory. There's the options. It's not just like delicate cuts. There's also like more chic cuts, which is what she should honestly be going for. So she could do that. For the neckline, her neck is her proportions are really long because she's tall. So she has like a natural, what do you call it? Like a naturally long vertical. Like, she visually looks tall. You know, tall people have like small head, long body, versus like if you look at like a chibi doll, right? It has big head, small body. So that can affect your visual height. Even if you actually are short or tall, your visual height can be, you could look taller than what you are. Ronsu, $5. Britt, I hope you have a good spooky tober. Had a good spooky tober. Thank you. I'm still wishing for your time to be on a billboard and magazine. Hey, don't never say never. Game Master 777. It's sad how Pearl's self-esteem is. She really isn't that bad looking. You know, it really is her presentation. It's not like I'm saying she has like god tier genetics either, but like it goes to show how badly you can mess up by just not taking care of yourself. Adelia Brown, 10 Canadian dollars. Thank you, Brittany, for reminding me to take my skincare seriously. The Pearl video was a wake-up call that I needed. I don't want wrinkles and heavy luggage under my eyes before I hit 30. Yeah, all the girlies watched that video and they were calling their dermatologist for some tretinoin after. It's good. Danger Man 5, 499 pounds. You're looking more glamorous than ever. Ready for a red carpet. Thank you. So, okay, so because she has a long visual height, people who are really tall often look good in long skirts. So like a skirt that's long, because it helps their vertical. It makes them look very elegant. So let me see if I can pull up some pictures of the items I'm talking about. Okay, let's see. I need one of those old school like dress up doll websites where you can like make a base. I don't know if those are still up because Flash isn't a thing anymore. Okay, so it doesn't have to be this skirt. Obviously this skirt is like, what's the word? It's like not edgy or cool or anything, and she could pull that up. But like this would lengthen it. You see how it makes her look less fat? Do you see what I mean? Like, I know this is another girl's body, but even if we made it wider to where it matches up, like if you had a top on top of that, it looks better. So like you wouldn't be able to see it from this angle as much, but it adds to her vertical length. This isn't even necessarily a good skirt. It's like, it's good on paper, but not in my personal taste. Maybe I choose a different style for her. Or let's see for the top. Flowy sleeve top. Like, I have to be careful and make sure I'm picking someone with like that she can actually pull it off and not look too frumpy or anything. Maybe something like this. N-word Kim, $4.99 super chat. Hammerhead guy from Star Wars. Hammerhead guy from Star Wars. Rest in peace, brother Vex. Hammerhead guy, rent free. Oh, okay. Thanks. So I have to like only get the top. So obviously this woman has smaller wrists than Pearl, so it makes her look more petite than her. But like something like this sort of top where it's like flowier, she could tuck it in. And she would be able to like lengthen herself. Even though, and this is like a really modest outfit since she's always calling everyone a whore if they show their ankles. So yeah, if she wants to look frumpy, you can do it in a more feminine way if you want. And let's see. Trying to think of a way to describe this. So for a top, the neckline, because she's tall, right? Her vertical line's long, and also like because of that, naturally girls who are taller are often more angular. Not always. You can have angles with softness on top, but her face is very angular. Like it's not like literally snatched like that kind of angular, but like, you know, there's some blunt, like if you draw an arrow and then you cut off the tip, right? There's some bluntness to it where it's like this. You see how it's like square there, square here, pointy. Like there's a lot of like squares and angles like that to her face. So what I would do for a neckline is probably something that's like I wear a lot of boat necklines too for a similar reason. I would do like a boat neckline. And she have like the little puffy, not puffy, flowy sleeve. You know what I mean? Like that. If she wanted to do that. Or she could do like boat neckline tank top, like that. She have to test it out. Sometimes you have to really just trial and error it, but I would probably do more like, let me think. So let's say you have a long nose, right? Let's say your face is really long and you have a long nose, right? You wouldn't want to wear a V-neck because it's going to emphasize that and like throw it out of proportion. It's already long enough. You don't want to, like in the case of a face, you don't want to lengthen that further because it's throwing it out of balance. It already is the way it is. So you basically want to wear necklines that aren't going to throw your face out of balance. And the length of, for example, if you gave her a turtleneck, she has a long neck probably because she's tall. I mean, it's not like insanely long, but generally tall people have long necks. So if you gave her a mock neck, it's going to make her look kind of like snaky in a bad way. So you wouldn't want to do that. You would want to do a higher neck probably for her where it's going up here with the turtleneck. And the same goes for guys too. If you have a long neck, don't wear mock necks. Wear like actual turtlenecks that go up. Because like when I wear a mock neck, for example, because I have a long neck, I look like Sid the Sloth. So I don't do that. And you can see in the sunlight, she has like really pale, cool tone skin. So like she could definitely get away with all the cool tone colors. Not literally all, but like a lot of them. There's a good range for her. She has some warmth in her hair, so she could get away with a little bit of warmth with that too. So she has good range on colors. And you know what I probably wouldn't do for her? You guys know that photo of her where she has like, she looks like the Family Guy sketch. Let's see if it comes up. I don't know if I can get it, but the photo is like everywhere. Okay, this one. This one here. That dress that she wears. I wish I could find the one photo though where she shows the full length. It's not this one. You can't see the full thing. Holy shit, she's dwarfing that guy. This photo. Found it. From Tree of Logic's Twitter too. That's funny. So it wasn't this one, but here. Okay, so where she went wrong here is that yes, you want your legs to look long, but they look really out of proportion here. And the problem is, okay, how do I say this? You know when you buy chicken thighs? It kind of looks like that. It kind of, you know what I mean? Hold on. Let me, because you have to work around not only your flaws, but you don't want to throw things that are good about yourself out of balance either. nor do you want to highlight your flaws, because everyone has naturally, like, you can easily, anybody who, even if you're the most beautiful person in the world, you can make yourself look bad by throwing yourself out of balance or highlighting your least attractive features. So, like, her legs kind of look like when you buy chicken, you know, like that type of shape. You know what I mean? And I have thick thighs too, so I get it. But I wouldn't emphasize it to this degree, because what she's doing here in this outfit is, so she has on the nude shoes, right? It makes her legs look longer. Her legs are already long, right? You don't want to cut it off either, but also it's in a way throwing it off of balance, even though long legs are traditionally an attractive feature. But her legs aren't like sticks, right? She has a lot of thickness there. So if they were like sticks and straight like that, like Asian girl legs, you know what I'm talking about? She could maybe get away with this. But because of her leg shape being like this, right? Her wearing it that short, this dress here, is drawing all of the attention here. This is like the first place your eyes go. So you're like, damn, I'm feeling hungry for some fried chicken when you look at this photo. And what she should have did is, she was going to wear this dress. I think she can pull off this color, probably in theory, but they say redheads shouldn't wear pink because it looks bad on them. So you can take that as you will. But even if you just add like an inch, like, it already looks better. Let's color it in. Okay. Do they not have a bigger tool than this? Is that really the biggest it can go? That's annoying. I'm just gonna fill it in. I don't like that pink with her hair color. Yeah, like I said, redheads wearing pink is a no-no. But in theory, because her skin color, she could pull it off. But I don't know. I would have put her in something a little softer. It's not as bad as the black, I guess, on her. Okay. You see how already the focus is no longer on that weird part of her thighs? Like, that already looks so much better. I would do it longer than that, though. Also, where she went wrong here was, do you see? So I think she could wear a baby doll top, because, you know, she has so many like thick things. Because people wear baby dolls, it's generally, you want to hide like the stomach area, because usually you don't have a defined waist to like to show off, right? So you can get away with wearing like flowy stuff, versus if I wear it, it might make me look fat. So if you have like no waist, like how she does, where it's just rectangular, you could wear a baby doll where it's like the type, it kind of looks like lingerie, where it's tight on the boobs and then flows. And, you know, she did that here, but her mistake was the length. So now, because the length is up here, it's making it look even more disproportionate. So let's say if the waist was like down here, like, and there was a tension here instead. I don't know, like, let's make it gray. Let's make it dark gray or something. So if the waist attention was like lower and the top just like started here instead, like, do you see how that's less offensive? When the top's not all the way up here, giving like this part so much like length, but then it not, okay, so it's short, but then by her putting this up here, the top part up here, it gives this skirt so much length visually, even though it's a short skirt, and then it just like cuts off. So she's just like getting cut off with her long legs, and it looks weird. You see? It looks weird. And also, furthermore, I too not only have thick thighs like her, I also have big feet like her. So You can't always work around this. Sometimes you just have to take the L and have like long looking feet, which I do. I'll wear the elf shoes anyway, the pointed shoes that make my feet look longer or whatever, because it matches the style. I'd rather take the L than like put on different shoes sometimes. But in her case, she could have worn different shoes. So let's go for like trying to color match that pink. So usually realistically you're not going to own pink shoes, but for demonstration purposes we're going to do this. I guess realistically you could still do a nude shoe, I guess, but because she's already throwing the bounce off so much by that length here, with it starting all the way up here and then cutting off, basically it's making it look too long, because nude makes your legs look longer. So yeah, green would be a really good color against her hair. Anyway, it's lengthening her leg by adding that nude here. So what she could have did was just wore like, she could have wore flats if she wanted to, or like she could have wore a pointed toe too. See, that looks better. See, now it doesn't look as long here and like getting cut off so severely. So if you added that with the length of the dress being just a little bit longer, I should just color pick it. I feel like I'm in art class in kindergarten again. Yeah, closed toe shoe. Yeah, that's why I drew that. It's because it's closed toe. Versus she had open toe, which makes it look even longer. When she already has big feet. Okay, ignore that random line that I messed up. So like that, see, now it looks more proportionate, and especially if you brought this like down here instead. Like if you brought this down here, just like a little bit. Now she looks in proportion. It looks like her height is being utilized, and that she's not just being cut off like multiple times, and then her legs look like all the way out there like she's walking on stilts, you know? And her height didn't change. It's just the proportions of the clothes did. So you have to know how to work with your proportions. Or like she could have did she could have even did like the pointed toe shoes here, and it could have looked nice. This is harder than it looks. Painting with a mouse. Though I've seen some people do a damn good job with that. And I don't want to hear the excuse, I have big feet, it's hard to find shoes. I manage. I'm size 11 double wide. I manage. So I don't really want to hear it. So she could have did that. She could have also went the other direction here. She's like 6 feet tall. She could have went the other direction here too, and like went with some thigh highs. I doubt she owns them, but she's rich, so what's the excuse? She could literally go to a cobbler. ASOS has good like decent prices for decent quality shoes. Like not amazing, but good enough. Like you see, like if we colored this in, not going to do the whole thing because that's going to take forever. But like, it still looks better now. Still though, it brings more emphasis here though. So I still rather do the flats, but at least it doesn't make it look as weird. Again, the dress needs to be a little, it's too short on her. It needs to be longer. It's not even a good dress to begin with in general, but you know, I'm just trying to salvage it here. Thank you, Zachary, for the $10 super chat. She should hire you as a stylist. Even her pose is awkward. Yeah, I'm going to get to that in a second. You called it so well, how she's always talking about traditional femininity, yet makes zero effort to look that way. It's not just the looks, as she says, but she's unaware that her personality is very masculine. You know, she's very, like, she's loud, she talks over people, she's kind of aggressive. And you can have some points of masculinity and vice versa if you're a guy. You can have some feminine qualities, but there's a point where you get too much of that energy to where it's disproportionate. And she's at that point where she's very combative. And I'm not saying to be agreeable by any means. Like, people who are agreeable get screwed over in different ways. But she does not have a feminine personality. Like, even if you were to, like, remove the clothes, like, like, it's just, like, it's awkward. She needs to work on her poses. And I said that in the video. I gave self-improvement advice. So I don't know what that guy was talking about with, you need to give advice like how you did in the first video. Like, I did give her advice. I said, stop doing the gorilla stance. Stop doing the millennial pose. You want to talk about femininity. You know, I'm doing this because I'm standing, but, like, I'm not posing for a photo. She's doing it, like, posing for... And it's not that you can't ever do this. It's just, like, you can tell she does it. It's not intentional. She doesn't know how to pose. And that's, like, a feminine thing. She would know that if she actually embraced femininity in her life and stopped calling it stupid and belittling it and then talking about how women need to be feminine as she belittles it. Yeah, and her voice presentation is also very masculine. There's a lot of things. But, let me tell you what I wouldn't do for a neckline for her. I would not go for a crew neck. And I've seen her do that, and that's how I know it looks bad, too. Because, like, if you add a crew neck to her, right? Oh, my God, look how high up that is. Like, it's going to emphasize her broad shoulders, and it's going to bring width to it. So if you were to, like, color this in so that the silhouette's not there anymore. It would just bring, like, too much attention to her shoulders. It makes her look too wide. So I would not wear closed necklines like that if I were Pearl. I wouldn't wear anything that emphasizes the shoulders in that way. V-neck and Sabrina. Yeah, I'm thinking about if that would be good on her. I don't know. I don't know about a V-neck because she has no waist. V-necks look good on, like, Hourglass, for example. It doesn't have to be. It depends on your face shape too and the shape of your bones, but it's not the first thing that comes to mind. Definitely more of a Sabrina neckline or a boat neckline though. And as for her pose though, like, I don't even know if I can correct that in here. I don't have the tools to do that. Okay, so, like, let me try to mimic the pose she's doing. So she's doing this. Wait, no. This one. So she's holding. Let me fill the drink for demonstration purposes. Okay. You can't see my legs, but I'm bending one. Okay, I see her problem. So her smile, first off, is, like, really awkward. She doesn't know how to smile. Like, she needs to look up on YouTube how to smile. So I'm going to demonstrate the smile she's doing, and then I'm going to demonstrate, like, she even does it here. Okay, so this is what she's doing. That's how it would look on me if I were doing her face. It's like, it looks like I just got caught masturbating. You know, like, it's not like it's not like a charming smile, and it's because of the way she's choosing to carry her face. She can do a better smile. Like, you just have to know how to use these muscles up here, and there's exercises for it. There's one where you can tuck your top lip, and you have to try not to move your bottom lip, and it works these muscles up here so that you can do a V-shaped smile. So for her, she's like horizontal smile, like maybe I could get away with it because I have a wide palate. I'm black, so I have like wide teeth, but she doesn't. So it looks weird. She needs to learn how to do this, not horizontal, but like this. So this would be the correct smile, right? It's like V shape. It's like it's going up more. Hers is more like, it's more like horizontal. So it's messing up her posing. It's making her look even more awkward. That's definitely part of it. And for some reason in photos, like, I don't know why she like raises her eyebrows. Like, you see what I mean? Like, why does she do that and purposely give her wrinkles? Like, she's giving herself wrinkles for the photo. Like, when people take a photo, they say smile, not wrinkles. Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you purposely go? I mean, maybe she's like, I know some women do that because they're trying to proportionately fix their forehead. Maybe that's why she does it, because she thinks it shortens her forehead because she has a big forehead. Like, as in, like, everyone usually has like one portion of their face that's longer than the other. So maybe she's like trying to shorten it. I know guys do that, like the fuckboy face, where they're like they do that on purpose to shorten their forehead to look younger. So maybe that's why. But the solution for that wouldn't be to give yourself wrinkles. The solution for that would be to get a better hairstyle. So her hair obviously has a long history of being flat pretty much every time except for when she went on Piers Morgan. And I can try to fix it. She has like strawberry blonde hair. She could get highlights in it easily. Okay, this is going to be hard on MS Paint, but we'll try. So you see how it's like very flat to her head? It's like there's no volume. It's just like that. It's like literally if I go like this, that's her hair. But if she were to like get it layered properly and cut properly, there would be like a little more volume here. You know? And she could get some bangs, because she has very fine, like easily manageable hair. So like literally, what is her problem? Like, I have to sit here and tangle my hair for 45 minutes in the shower, and then take another 15 minutes, like, or 10-15 minutes styling it. Then I have to take another, like, depending how long I let it air dry, for like 20 to 40 minutes of like air drying it. Usually I let it air dry a while. So it's a lot of work, like, and I have to do that every 4 days. So like it's really annoying to see women with like the easiest, most manageable hair, and they don't even try. Like, just go to the hairdresser. God damn. Yeah, this is gonna be hard to do. But like, you see that there's hairstyles that can cover her forehead if that's what she's insecure about. And obviously to style it you need a blow dryer, but like, as someone preaching about femininity, she should take the time to learn how to blow dry her hair so it's not stuck to her head. She probably lets it air dry. Like, she could easily just get like some wispy layers here. Like, it doesn't even have to be a lot, just like, you know? It would just be like a little something. It's hard to do at MS Paint, but definitely layer it. Do something with it. She doesn't have to get like a full commitment bangs, like of like the anime bangs where it's like that. She could, but like, she could get like side bangs, you know, that's curtain bangs are popular. Why not just get those? Jake, $5 super chat. You both have pretty privilege. What do you mean privilege? Oh, hold on. Let me address this right now. Privilege implies that I was given it. I was not given pretty privilege. I worked very hard for that shit. Okay? I bust my ass learning about beauty, learning about proportions, learning about color theory, learning years and years of learning how to deal with difficult to deal with African curly hair where it does not absorb moisture, and then once it gets in there, it does not come out. If you even slightly touch it while it's wet, it frizzes. If I move it, like very difficult things to deal with. My eyes, I have tiny Slavic eyes with a lot of skin folding, and it's like impossible to do makeup unless you do like Asian makeup. You have to learn how to do specialty makeup. Like I put in a lot of effort to learn how to be presentable. Like I used to be a tomboy growing up. I grew up playing video games and like playing video games with my husband playing video games with my cousin, and like just sitting in an apartment playing Pokemon. Like I was a huge tomboy in that sense. I liked feminine things, like pretty things, but I didn't do those things. I didn't present that way. I had to learn really late in life, and like I had second puberty. So to say it's pretty privilege is not, it is not a privilege. I had to work for that. So I had to go to Mitsuwa and buy my makeup the other day to be able to do this. So the Asian market. So it wasn't just given to me, okay? Everyone has like attractive features or unattractive features. You just learn to highlight the attractive ones and downplay the less attractive ones. It's not privilege. But anyway. What's this cousin husband stuff? Cause cousin sounds like the word husband. But my cousin, he was a few years older than me. I grew up with him playing Pokemon and watching reality TV and like looking like a little fucking, what do you call it? Like a little ratty ball. But anyway. Like, and if she was born with pretty privilege, because she's really giving like what she bare minimum has, because she's putting no effort, but in that she's like in any case downplaying any privilege she did get. I'll say that. Yeah, like I was gonna say ragamuffin, but I don't want to steal Mira's word. Husband. Let's see. What other things to note? Yeah, so for her, definitely longer skirts to cover that. Or she can wear jeans too. Like it doesn't, I'm commenting on the most feminine option because she's always like LARPing, like about like femininity. So like you could give her some jeans. But if she did wear jeans, this is what I would do. Okay, I'm not sure on the rise because I've seen her in mid-rise and it didn't look good. So I think it depends. High-rise could work. It depends. So if I got her jeans, it would be like loose at the ankle. It would be like a boot cut, or it would be like flare cut. Something like that. Not skinny, where it's like making her ankles look even smaller and then amplifying the size of her thighs here and giving that chicken effect. You don't want that. So no skinny jeans. No skinny jeans for Pearl. It's going to make her look like she's walking on needles. Like, I would put on some straight jeans. Or some boot cut. And I would probably do a fit that's a little more relaxed too if I were her. Because like her legs are already big. Why like emphasize that more in her case where she doesn't have like a waistline to pull it off. So like jeans like this. Would go good. She could wear a longer top too. Like, it could be untucked if you wanted and be like a Y2K or like early 2000s kind of look. You know, she could do this and put a jacket on, cover her arms, stop bringing attention to your worst features. And you know what? You know what I think? I think that she does this on purpose because she thinks that, like, oh, everything associated with women is stupid. So let me not care about my fashion, because only dumb women do that, because women suck at everything. Women aren't even as good as men at everything. You know, so she goes and neglects her appearance despite promoting femininity when she has no idea what femininity is. Like, you know, put on like some sort of jacket. I don't know what kind yet. Maybe like denim. Denim looks good on most people. But she could do something to cover the arms. She could do a blazer. I could see her wearing a blazer because it has like sharp edges. That might go good with her. It's kind of hard to draw a blazer. Like, you know, it has that like sharpness to it. So, like, she could put on a blazer. You have to figure out what kind of shoulders you want for the blazer, though, because you don't want to widen her shoulders. Because if she gets a normal blazer, they're going to tend to have, like, shoulder pads, and I don't think she would want that because it's going to make it look broader. But there's ones without it. It's harder to find, though, speaking from experience. And, let's see. This is going to be a little bit of a controversial take. But would it kill her to put on a little makeup? Like, no, she doesn't have to, guys. But, like, would it kill her to just, like, you know, just, like, something? You know, because in real life, I think I look fine in real life without makeup. But when you go on camera, especially if you're someone who has, like muted colors, like you're not, like your lips are kind of faded, your eyes are, like, grayish as opposed to, like, a bright blue, it doesn't translate well on camera. So makeup helps that contrast. Makeup helps it, like, pop more. I know my color's off right now because, like, the Nintendo Switch messed it up earlier. But if you were watching to the beginning of the stream, that was the color corrected. But if you're going on camera without makeup, it looks like you're tired and drained. Even though it can look fine in real life, and it might just look, like, good in real life, on camera, it often does not translate. So if she's going to be someone who's on camera, why is it that every time she's got to go on with, like, nothing on her face? Like, I get, you don't have to put on makeup to be pretty. Definitely not the message I'm sending. You guys know I streamed for a long time without makeup. The Steven Crowder, pregnant women should be treated like princesses video, like, I don't have makeup on there. I don't put on makeup or heavy makeup every single day or, like, every single time I go on stream. Sometimes I do it light. But, like, would it kill her to just do a little bit? Would it really kill her? Would it really be so bad? Like, you know, a little blush in her case. Maybe, like, some eyeliner. Some brown eyeliner. Stay away from that black on your pale skin with your ginger hair. Some mascara. Like, you know, just, like, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. Just, like, a daily routine of, like, a little bit of makeup for the camera. Just so the camera catches your essence. So it catches, like, your highlights, you know? Like, would it really be a sin for her to put on a little bit of makeup? No, you don't need makeup. But if you're on camera, it doesn't translate well. So, I don't know. If I were her, I would. Because I know you don't. Because here's the thing. She's thinking from, like, the pick-me point of view where it's like, oh, if I don't wear makeup, I'll get brownie points from men. Pro tip, you don't. You'll just get compared to women who do wear makeup. Don't fall for it. Don't listen to them be like, I like the women natural. No, they fucking don't. Like, we all know this. Like, because men can't even tell what makeup is. Like, a lot of time, if you do it natural, they think you're wearing no makeup. So, like, They can't tell. So how would they know if they like natural? But like you would have to watch makeup tutorials and know how women put it on and know what the products do. And sometimes, in my opinion, it's super obvious, and I still see guys going like, "Yeah, that's no makeup. It's crazy." So you're not gonna lose anything by putting on some makeup. Like, yeah, you'll deal with a few men that are like very depraved. That'll be like, "I bet you wouldn't look good without all that makeup." But you just have to ignore them actually, because they actually don't know what they're talking about. They probably can't tell when women aren't wearing makeup a lot of the time, and or wearing makeup, and also they would realize that at some point, if you're in a relationship, the woman's not going to wear makeup. So like that's how you can, that they're self-reporting by saying that they don't have relationships with women. Commander Keen, 420 pounds. Please put for the final looks like put a bag on her face. It's hard with MS Paint. It's hard. Also, accessories. She could utilize some accessories too. So she has like this really pale pinkish skin. She's got a little warmth from the hair, but let's see. Let's do that one. She can go with like plain whites. It'll look fine on her. Just like snow whites. She could wear some studs. Studs look good on everyone. But some people pull off like, see, she already looks more feminine. Some people can pull off bigger earrings than others, and that actually depends on your facial weight. So in her case, she definitely has some facial weight. She could probably get away with like a bigger earring, and it would still, like, I don't know, do hoops. Pretend they're hoops. Like, you could do different shapes too, depending. Because it depends on the rest of the outfit, the shape, and also depends on your face shape. But like, she could definitely do some bigger earrings. They don't have to be huge. They could be like medium size. You know? They could be like that. Or they could be like little... Let's do this color. She could go for the pastel colors. They look good on her. A little drop earring, you know? She could do that. I feel like it still needs a little more weight to it than this for her bones. Let's do a little bigger. Maybe like a little longer. Let me see her face. But I wouldn't do it like that. But I would do it like, definitely like a bigger earring. She could do huggies too. Most women look good with some huggies, you know, where it's like a hoop earring, but it's really close to your ear. She could do that to shorten her face. A lot of girls who have a long mid face, like for me, that would look good on me if I did huggies because it shortens your mid length. It's kind of like how putting on glasses makes your face look smaller if they're big, right? It makes your face look smaller. So she could do something like that, but I think her focus would be like making the forehead smaller as opposed to that. So let's see. I don't even know what hair accessory, like she just has such easy hair. She could do like hair clips. Like, look, that's already way more feminine. You just have some hair clips. She could wear a hat if she wanted to cover her forehead too. You know, like one of those floppy hats here. And the worst part is, like, she could just buy some baby powder and literally go, like, shh with her hair, and then her hair wouldn't be so flat. Baby powder costs, like, $5. Don't buy Johnson & Johnson because that lawsuit. But, like, just buy some baby powder and just shh, and it'll be good. But, like, she won't even do that. It's because she thinks being womanly is stupid. Because she degrades everything about women. So, like, naturally, she also feels like feminine self-care is probably, like, a stupid thing. Like, ugh, those other girls, they go to the mall. I don't do that. I just sit at home and complain about women. Because women suck at everything. Like that's her attitude, so that's why she's not reaping the benefits. And she's an example of someone who listened and took everything men said too literally, especially the ones who aren't actually aware of their own behaviors and who they actually positively respond to and the types of women they actually positively respond to. So I think that's what happened with her, and that's why she has no girlfriends to help her look better. Like, also her cranial length is short. So that's something you want to fix with some volume. Maybe a hair accessory. I don't know if a headband would look good on her, but it could add some cranial length to make it not look so like flat to her head. Trying to see how she would look with like one of those winter hats with the little pom-pom on the top. She could do some white girl autumn looks. She's definitely that type. She'll look better dressed as a hippie. Yeah, actually, unironically, yes. Her lines go with that. I actually agree. Let's see. For necklaces, depends. Depends on her look. Nowadays, women like wearing a lot of jewelry as like the statement piece and then just making the outfit simple, but I don't know, that depends. She needs some Uggs and a true Shire to be a true Shire girl. She does need some Uggs. She looks like she could pull off some Uggs. Depends what kind. Like, because they have really cool ones. They have like the fur ones that are like this big on the leg where it looks kind of like early 2000s. I like those. But I also like the ones that are really short because it goes good if you have like her leg shape, the really short ones, because it brings balance to the top half of your legs being thick. Yeah, she would definitely look good with like old money looks. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go on Pinterest. So like this kind of look, she could pull off the Kate Middleton look where it's like kind of plain. I don't know about that. Not those pants though. Not the pants. It's cut too short. But like this kind of look, you see where it's like, I wouldn't do this high of a neckline. I would do lower neckline. But like cardigan, long skirt, or like certain blazers if they're not too emphasized on the shoulders. She could, what I'm trying to say is like, you see this over here, how it's like the collar, it's like the office button up collar, like that type of thing would look good on her. Because it's not overly frilly and like too girly, too feminine for her bone structure, but it's still classy, and like those type of white girls really know how to wear that. It looks really good on them. This is a no. What was she doing? No. This is like 2010s. I don't know why that's there. Okay, some of these are really larpy, but yeah, I'm trying to show like by the way, this is like a cowl neckline. That could look good on her because it's softer. But some of these might have to be applied to see like IRL. Sometimes you have to trial and error. Tree raid? Oh my god, hi. Hi guys. I was giving Pearl a makeover. Thank you for the raid tree. Yeah, you can tweak any look to make it work. I agree with that, but some people pull off some looks better and they don't have to put as much effort. So like if you're someone who's really short and petite, like Gamine type of like thing, you can pull off like the schoolgirl look and like the cutesy French girl look. But like if you're taller like me, you could do that, but you're gonna have to make mature adjustments. So it's like gonna be harder to find those pieces versus the classic version of pieces or a trendy version of pieces. So an example of that would be like my color palette, because it's like very specific colors. It's kind of hard for me to find like certain basics. So for example, if I dress as classic style, it might be harder because um like they wear like a plain white top, right? There's different variations and takes on what a plain white top means, right? It can mean like on the left, it can mean the button up collar shirt, like it can mean a white blouse, right? To some extent. But because I need like cream or off white, that makes it so much harder to find. And then I have to get it tailored. So like it's harder for me to do that style just based on the availability of items in that color, or if I need certain neckline, which I do. I'm very specific. I need like boat necklines, I need Sabrina necklines, I need like lower cut necklines because I have a long neck, I'm tall, and I have some angles on me, so I can't do like the restrictive necklines that well. Um, you'll catch me in a turtleneck here or there, but like not like a closed crew neck too often, especially nowadays. Um, so like in that sense, it could be harder. So you could do it, but it would be a lot of effort and you would spend a lot of time searching for certain items. So, like, I have to for tops because I need it to be an off white and cream and in certain styles that are not common. Like, it's harder to find like a Sabrina neckline. It's like, there's some boat necks that are trending this year, for example, where it's like this cut, right? Where it's like off the shoulder almost, but they sell it in like plain white or the color black, and I can't wear those. So like me doing like a classic look in that sense is more difficult because limited selection, or like you would have to know more knowledge about proportions to pull off certain styles to make it work for you if it's naturally working against you, if that makes sense. Turtlenecks on men, eternal yay. I think it depends on their shoulders. Like a guy with really broad shoulders and like if he has like if his face is too long, he probably wouldn't be able to do like turtleneck that well. What keep type am I? Um so like I meet all of the requirements for soft natural, but the problem is one of them I don't on a technicality. So like soft natural on a technicality is 5'6" or under. I'm 5'7", so I technically can't be classified as one because my vertical's too long. And naturally, there's only like four of the keeps that would fit that. So I actually have a hard time fitting into like a category perfectly. But there's a lot of overlap between them. So I just take the gist of it, which is like, yeah, I don't want a closed neckline. I want something that isn't throwing me out of balance. I want things that are yeah, basically just like lower necklines, boat, Sabrina. Um, like if I'm getting cut off here at like the the thighs, like for a mini skirt, it has to be balanced on the top. That's what I mean. So, I just kind of take from each one. I'm like, yeah, that would apply here. But overall, the soft natural lines look the best on me. But I technically don't fit under it because my vertical's too long. But I'm also like not a I don't see like soft romantics for example are like more like their lips are very puffy and I don't have that. So like I don't perfectly fit into one. Why is so many cube types cut off if I have some? Because of the vertical line. If you have a long vertical line, that changes your proportions. But anyway, um, I like Venti. It's in pink. It's her. Yeah, but it's a very calculated, specific shade of pink. I wouldn't look good in like this kind of. That one's not terrible, but like I think this kind of like candy pink. It doesn't go well on me. I look yellow. So I just abuse the system. I abuse the color theory system. I abuse like proportions, things like that, and that's what you have to do to be able to present well. What's a fashion don't for men? Well, a lot of these rules apply to men. So like if you have a long face, don't go wearing like tight necklines that are V-shaped and emphasizing that, or like um wearing the wrong hairstyle if you like you have to look some of these things up and research, but the proportions, the rule of proportions still applies. You want to look proportionate. Am I against lip injections? Like for myself or in general? I think like women are doing it too much because it looks silly, and they're like, it's to a point where like the lines on their lips disappear. I don't like when they do that. If you do a little, I'm sure it can bring some balance back into your face, but usually women don't do that, or the ones who do are not noticeable. Like I know Margot Robbie did it and it looked pretty good on her. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but like based on the before and after, it seems like it. Um, but like you can see like Kylie Jenner, like her face looks older than what it is because she like used it to give herself higher cheekbones, which is not how that's supposed to be used. It's supposed to be filling in like volume in places, so it's like the shadows aren't there, but that's not how she used it, and I feel like a lot of it's misused, so you have to know what you're doing. What's a fashion no-no for short girls? 499 super chat. Thank you, June. A fashion no-no would be like wearing things that are drowning you. So like if you were short and then you put on like a jacket that's too big and too long. Okay, so you know what I was saying about Pearl? She needs like a longer skirt. It's kind of the opposite for short girls. So like they look good in like shorter skirts and like cutesier cuts, like like a cap sleeve, like things like that are like petite and small because it's proportionate to them. It's the same thing with everything's proportions. It's like if I get a purse, right, and I get a purse that's only this big, okay, Reed Street soap if you guys want some candles. um this one is the black fig and plum, and there's also this one, which is the hot chocolate one that smells like hot chocolate powder. I'll put the link in the description, but it's over. Let me see. This is the store, reedsoap.shop. So, if you guys want that. Oh no, my camera froze. Ah, that's so annoying. I think it's because I opened the site. Okay. Yeah, it is. Oh my god, I don't know what's wrong with my computer. Anyway, so you want to wear things that are proportionate. So if I wore a purse that's only this big, like look how fat that, like, you see what I mean? I look fat now. I look like a pig. I look like a sausage. It's disgusting. Versus like if I got something that's bigger like this, well now I don't look as fat. You know, cuz it's bigger. So in that same way, if you're petite, don't walk around with like, you could, because, but here's the problem. You can go against your lines, but it has to be intentional. So when you're wearing an oversized coat, right, that would be intentional. It's not wearing a coat that's drowning you. It's just oversized in proportion to you, and you're going against your lines. You can do that, but in order to do that, you have to know what your lines are, because you need to know the rules in order to break them. So if you're just looking for a don't wear things that are disproportionate to you. That's what I would say. Like girls who are short, they can wear like, what is it called? Like cropped pants. Like they look really cute in that. Like they can wear those pants where it goes like halfway up the leg, like the calf where it cuts off. Let me look it up. I don't know I think it's like a capri. Like the 3/4 pants, like this kind. Short girls look so good in this. I really envy that. They can just wear this with like some flats and then like a boat neckline, and then they look like a cute little French girl. But I could never wear pants like these. Like it looks so cute with like a romantic top. So I would do that if I was short. I'd be spamming that. I'd be abusing that. Or like cutlot pants, because they crop. So like when you type in cutlot pants, you'll get a few variations, but you see how this is shorter? Like short girls look really good in that, or like, see how it's like it cuts up more? They look good in those. I love those. All the models were tall though. Yeah, they are, but a lot of the time they're editing it and angling it and posing in a certain way to where it looks good, where if you saw it in real life it might not look as good. But like, you may see something and think that it gets a pass, but then when you see it on the correct body type that will look better in it, you're like, oh, I get it now. It's kind of like wearing the wrong color. If you see someone the wrong color, you may not necessarily think, wow, like that looks terrible on you, but then you see them in the right color and you're like, yeah, that's your color. That looks a lot better. It's because that's how life works. It's polarities, right? So you need something to compare to. That you need something to compare and contrast with. So if you just see the model in the outfit, it might get a pass because of manipulation. But if you see it in real life, or if you see it on a girl that it looks more appropriate on, you're gonna be like, wow, she looks stunning in that. A fashion tip for skinny girls, the skinny legends. Let me think. You guys can wear skinny jeans. I'm very jealous of that. The only way I can wear skinny jeans, because I have thick thighs, is like if I wear tall boots, so it like balances it back out, because the thickness of the thigh is too big in proportion to my calf and my ankle. So it looks really thrown off. But for skinny girls, because if they're straight down skinny, that's what I'm assuming. You don't have to be. You could be like a little curvy and petite. That totally can happen. But if you're just like early 2000s Paris Hilton skinny, I'm very jealous that they can wear skinny jeans. I'm very jealous that they can wear like low rise jeans, because like especially if they have like a long torso, it makes your waist look smaller, makes you look skinnier. So if you're skinny in that way, I'm jealous of you that you can wear like low rise jeans. I have a long torso, but I don't have like the leg length in the right areas to pull that off. It makes my legs look too stumpy. I'm also jealous that skinny girls can just wear whatever top ever. Like, you literally could put a fucking sheet on. You guys could literally take some curtain and roll in it, and it looks good on you because it just drapes on you because you're skinny. Like, give it on easy mode. It's like having Pearl's hair. It's just very easy mode. Low rise doesn't look good. Yeah, it depends on you personally, your proportions again. So like, if you have stumpy legs, no, it's not going to look good. But if you're like super skinny, you could pull it off possibly. So like, I can give general rules, but you might have certain things that make it an exception. So it's like, it's harder. I'm an hourglass but top heavy but teeny. Do you wear a bigger volume bottom then? That's like, you know those the like dress pants with the pleats on it? These ones? I can't ever wear these because, okay, let me tell you something. If you have big thighs, don't ever wear these type of pants where it has the pleating at the hip. It'll make you look fat. Don't do. And if you're a guy, same thing. If you're a guy and you always have to get like athletic cut jeans, don't ever wear suit pants that have like the pleating on the thighs. It looks really bad. But skinny girls can wear it. I'm very jealous. Like the stick up and down girls can wear that really well, or guys who really have skinny legs or like narrow hips. And is skinny average height and straight hair easiest mode of existence? Yeah, it's like the Eurocentric standard. That's what the world is like made for. Like, you just walk in the stores and everything is good on you. I saw someone ask something about hips. I lost it. What about wide body girlies? So you just not do things that widen you. So for obvious example, it'd be like, you wouldn't wear horizontal stripes. That would widen you. You would wear vertical stripes. You would not cut yourself off like how Pearl did, because she has width on her, and that's why it looked bad. Um, so yeah, lengthening things. That's what you would do if you have wide. Because I have some width too. That's how I know that. It's just that I have like I'm balanced in a way because like I'm also bottom heavy, so it's like you don't notice it, but there is width there, even though I'm taller. Proportionally, there's more width. Skinny jeans on skinny women is the only time that should happen. Um, I think you can do it if you have long boots on though, because you wouldn't know that they're skinny. But if you have wide hips, yeah, definitely not the pleats on the pants thing. Um, don't wear okay. So if you're someone who gets that like, you know, the thing that the guys on Twitter were losing their mind over, like, how dare we have space for a uterus to like the pouch thing that most women have. Um, some more than others naturally, no matter how skinny you are, because you literally need that there to have babies. But if you have that more than like some other girls, don't wear shiny fabrics like how Pearl did in that one video where she wore like the sequin dress. I have to pull up the video. Because a lot of times girls with wide hips will have that too, because that means you're bottom heavy, right? So oh my god, guys, it hit 500,000 views just now. Oh my god. Thank you. Okay, so this dress. It's like shiny and it's highlighting her stomach. I would never wear that. I couldn't do it. You have to know what you can pull off. I couldn't pull that off. I could not do it. It's not because I'm fat. It's just because like you shouldn't be throwing your body out of proportion by highlighting that. So like if you're a bottom heavy girl, things are like shiny sequin in that lower abdomen area is not good. You could do it if you do it in a particular way. Let's say where like you would need the coloration to pull this off. So if you're someone who's more muted like me, you can't do this. But like if you had really bright eyes and really dark hair, really bright hair and really bright eyes, maybe you could wear like a loud colored top, and then that draws attention away from the bottom half more. Um, I do have one sequin skirt I wear, but it's because it's a little thicker and it's not in a bright color. I mean, that's not bright. It's like deep slash vibrant. It's high saturation. So like there are ways you could do it, but it's like the entire area is just like glistening and it makes it look bigger. So if I'm bottom heavy, I'm not doing that. If I have wide hips, I'm not doing that. Tips for tall girls: don't cut yourself off like Pearl did. Don't wear things that are like the same things that I said don't that for when petite girls wear those petite cut things, like the short skirts. Not that you can't wear a short skirt, you can, but like in those like specific like it looks very cutesy and cut short, like avoid. Don't wear skirts that are too short. Don't wear like coats that are like too cropped with the too cropped skirt. Things like that. Um like this year I noticed that this one coat is really popular, but I could never wear it. I could never get away with it. Let me see. Cuz I make like a list of like things that I like and I put in a Discord channel. I also organize things that I buy so I know what I bought. Would recommend. Like make your own Discord server and make your own channels and you can like list out things and keep organized that way. But let me find the example. It's like this top or jacket. Like this is so cute and I love this, but I'm sorry, but like unless you're really skinny or like a petite girl, petite meaning short and skinny, like small overall, doesn't mean you can't have some curves. Or if you're like really skinny person, like straight up and down, like not a lot of curves. Those people could pull this off. I can't pull this off. If I wore this off, I would look fat, because it would be like giving the bottom half of me a lot of width, and it would look bad. It would look too top heavy, and I would look fat. It would look like there's a lot of width to it because I have curves. And if there's nothing like going in at the curves like that, then it looks like you're just fat. But if your waist goes in like that, then you're like, oh, she's not fat. It's just like how she looks. So like I could never wear something like that. So tall girls generally wouldn't be able to wear this unless they're like really, really stick skinny. So like, but a petite girl could wear that. You can also play with proportions. Like, let's say you have a long torso. You could also wear higher waisted pants too. Like, you could pull the Paris Hilton and be like, I'm gonna wear low waisted jeans to make my waist look skinny because I have a long torso, right? But also, you could go the opposite direction and wear a high waist if you have a small waist, high waisted jeans if you have a small waist, and then it makes it look like your legs are longer. So that's the functional use of high waisted jeans. So I see guys dumping on them so much, but it's like they don't get it. They don't get that there's a utility to it, that girls with different proportions have to wear certain cuts of things because otherwise it's going to look weird on them. It's not because, oh, women like high-waisted jeans, they like the look of it. It's like, no, they like the way it looks on them. They like how it makes their proportions look. That's why. Same with like, let's say like flare pants where it like flares out at the bottom. You would wear that because you want to balance your hips because they're really wide, right? But guys see it and they're just like, I don't get it. Why don't you just wear normal pants? Like, well, because I would look fat in that. That's why. It's not because I wanted to look gay. It's because I wanted to look not fat. Thank you, Dorian Gray, for becoming a simple simp. And Cow Goddess 499 super chat. Thank you. Little Cat 799 super chat. Did you see Pearl saying Margot hit the wall and she's less attractive because she's old? Yeah, I did. Hold on. Let me see if I sent myself the TikTok. Also, I forgot to pin my website. If you guys want to donate. You can do super chats too, but through my website's better. Okay, let me find the thing. My friend sent me it. This tweet, this, what do you call it? The TikTok was, or Instagram reel was really funny. Okay, hopefully it works on desktop. I don't know if it does. Okay, I'm pulling it up. I like how my favorite viewer is Gay Master 99.
35. I'll give you an example. Think that any woman is a 9 at 35. I'll give you an example. Margot Robbie.
She said that no women basically are 9s at 35.
She was stunning. Everyone was blown away by that woman being a bombshell smoke show. That was the woman of the year. Now she's in her 30s. Is she still beautiful? I would say yeah. Is she still pretty? I would say yeah. But is she still top 10, 20% of beauty? I would argue no. I would argue no. Don't shoot the messenger.
You've got to be kidding me. Okay, if you're gonna talk about someone's looks... Okay, so Pearl tried to use this as an unflattering photo.
Margot Robbie is not attractive. I'm actually attractive by having my chicken legs out. Like, girl, you cannot be talking about Margot Robbie being unattractive when you don't know how to dress. Like, her thighs being thick could be a positive attribute, but she chooses to make it a negative one.
but she hit the wall.
Yeah, apparently.
She hit the wall. Okay, 35.
She really is a femcel.
26.
I like spit when I saw that TikTok today. You know, they say that she literally is LARPing like she's a horny guy who has no experience with women on the internet that like takes it out on them. She's kind of like role playing as like a incel essentially, but it's for male validation, so she thinks that she's like them, that they want that, but it's like newsflash. Men are attracted to feminine energy, femininity, okay? They're not attracted to masculinity, so why would you want to be like them, a bunch of men who are like trying to act feminine? Like, of course it's going to come across like unattractive. A masculine guy wouldn't want that. But anyway, like, she is commenting that Margot Robbie hit the wall, but if you guys remember from my video on the Roll Tomasi one, I think it was, where I did a poll and I swapped the photos of Margot Robbie that were like years apart, and nobody could tell. Like, the only people that could tell were the people who had seen the photos earlier from Redheaded Libertarian's tweet that I took them from. But like, they don't know what they're talking about. They're pretending that they know, but they really don't. They literally can't tell the difference of Margot Robbie when she was like 26 to her current age. Like, I literally did a social experiment on this and they couldn't tell because they can't. Like, they just assign a meaning to her. They assign that negativity to her, that she's not as pretty because she's aging, not because she actually looks worse. Because Margot Robbie takes really good care of herself. So maybe you could cherry pick some photos that look bad of like every age or whatever and be like, see, but generally speaking, like, nobody could tell. They're just saying that because they saw her age and they have to bring her down to their level. The thing is, literally said 25, you reach your peak. She's 26. She's 27, actually, Pearl. I'm sad I couldn't get my game working. It was literally working before I streamed, and now it's not. I'm sad. I don't know why it broke again. I think my computer literally just can't handle like this camera with like, because it switched to my other camera for some reason. It keeps detecting like my camera as the thing instead of detecting my Nintendo Switch and then my camera, and I don't know how to fix it. I spent hours on this. I can't figure it out. And then because it switched, it gave it this weird olive tinge that I don't like. When you turn off your camera, it works. Yeah. Earlier I turned off my camera and I redid everything and it worked. And then before I streamed, both things worked, and then now it crashed the Switch, and then it only displays the camera on both now. So like, one of them is Elgato S and the other one's S Plus. I don't know if that makes a difference, but yeah, it's kind of annoying. When I just had a webcam, it worked. I spent 3 hours unplugging and replugging the capture card and switching them, guys. I was already like damaging my mental health doing that earlier. I saw a streamer a few days ago. He said he had the same problem. Could only stream the game if he turned his cam off. Oh, really? I'm not the only one. I don't know why. My best guess is that like maybe one of the capture cards isn't compatible, but it's too expensive to have to buy another one if that's the case. Brittany, what leave-in do you use for your hair? I have 3B3C. I use BB Curl, but it's expensive because they keep raising the price, and I haven't found a good replacement. So I'm sorry if that's not helpful, but I use that one. My friend recommended, I think it's called Cantu, but it wasn't heavy enough for my hair. Her hair was slightly less curly. If she were listening right now, would you tell her? there's not much to tell an unreasonable person, but like embrace your femininity. Stop rejecting it. You're only hurting yourself. Men aren't attracted to the personality of incel men online. They're attracted to women, including the dumb things women do, including the dumb feminine things that are so stupid and like not as high IQ as men. But guess what? They like it though. They like when you're a stupid bitch sometimes. I'm sorry, it's a tough pill to swallow. Men love bimbos. I'm sorry. I said what I said. Your skin looks great, by the way. Really? With the like olive tinge that the camera has because of the capture card? Yeah, I do use Brazilian hair products. I used to like my throat. I haven't streamed in a while. My throat is like dying. I need to like do the leafy thing where I can just like speak like this into the microphone because like otherwise my voice is gonna die out. Base bimbo goblina. But like, see how annoying that is? It's like I don't want a dick in my face the whole stream. Like, it's really annoying that it looks like that. And it's black. Like, it's washing me out. They don't, and you know how mad I am? Okay, this is the problem with color theory. Once you learn it, everything, like, becomes ugly. Because, like, you start, okay, I don't care if a child was kidnapped. What am I going to do about it? Stop texting me, Texas. Every second, someone's going missing here and I'm getting an Amber Alert. One time, it was, like, 7 times in one day. Like, why are these children inconveniencing me by getting kidnapped? Like, I'm gonna go find these children, all right? I'm gonna go find the person who did this for constantly messaging my phone. I had to turn that off. There's a way to turn it off if you didn't know. I'm just too lazy to do it. I'm gonna do it. No, they piss me off. These kids getting kidnapped. They need to stop. Stop getting kidnapped. So my phone doesn't ring. I have the similar hairdo that at your wedding. I just like didn't feel like styling it today. I thought it looked okay with the outfit. So my hair is actually like freshly like washed and everything, and I should be like showing it, but I just let it be. Because the best bun that you can get when you do your hair, everyone knows the best bun is the one you get when you roll out of bed. Like, you can try as you will with a bun. It'll never come out as good as when you first wake up out of bed and like it like perfectly is like loose here and doesn't hurt your scalp. So I just left it. Because God knows if you know what it's like. You know what it's like. Let me show you something. You see this? You see this? This is my eyeliner that I put on earlier. Okay. I fucking hate this mic. Like, why do they not make other colors? It's washing me out. But like, you see this? You see this? Okay. Notice how it doesn't smudge or move, right? Like it's just staying, right? But God forbid if I accidentally rub my fucking eye, then the whole thing's gonna come off. Why can't makeup last on your face as well as it lasts on the back of your hand? Like, I swear to God, you blink the wrong way and you have raccoon eyes. But like all day I'm in the fucking bathroom with soap, 3 different soaps on my hands, scrubbing like this, and it won't come off. But the second it goes on my eyes, if I blink too hard, raccoon eyes smudged everywhere, looks like I just got out of a rave dancing for 4 hours. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, how much you want to bet there's like stuff under my eye right now? Pro tip, there was. It's so annoying. 'Cause your face has oils. Yeah, but you know what? You see all these influencers influencers that do that, lying little hoes. You know what they do? They take the products and they swatch it like this, right? And they're like, obviously they're sponsored. They're like, see, the product stays. The product stays. But it's like, how about you add some oil to the back of your hand then? How about you add some oil that goes on your face then? And then do the swatch and test and see if it comes off. Because they're always doing that, like as if it's the same thing. Like, oh yeah, look, it's so durable. Shut up. No, it's not. Like, do you see the problem here? It's annoying. How are they not able to create oil immune makeup? Probably because they have to use really toxic chemicals to do it, which they probably already do. It's probably not the healthiest to be putting wax on your oil glands to tight line, you know? But they do it to make it not smudge. Let me tell you, I've tested every method of putting on makeup, and it's like, you know, it's still gonna go here. It's still, no matter what you do, like you could trace it with eyeshadow, finishing spray, like bullshit. None of it works. Like if you just have watery eyes and oil glands, you're screwed. And then if you get something that actually does stay, it's probably poisoning you. So Brittany, what's your zodiac sign, please? I don't know who Brittany is with an N-E-Y. Britney Spears is not here. But Brittany is here. What's my zodiac sign? I'm an Aquarius. Couldn't you tell from me being a sarcastic bitch? Yeah, I have my finishing powder is the one from Ilia because that one doesn't have talc in it. Did you ever go to college? Would you like to in the future? Like if it were free? I don't know, cause like I'm not going outside in general, so probably not. But like I definitely feel FOMO compared to the people that do get to go and they're like living in the dorm and they got to like be next to people their age. I never got that experience as an adult in that. The closest thing was Windu. So like I have a little FOMO for that, but I don't think there's anything I want to get a degree in currently. If I had to pick a normal job, I'd probably go for software engineer because it's efficient. Probably that. But that's not a college required thing. Most things aren't. You need therapy? Wait, at what point of what I said did you reply that to? Like what was it? Was it like me being autistic or at what point did you determine that I needed the therapy? College is nothing fun. Take it from a chemist. It looks fun, especially place like I remember I went on the campus of Seattle's college once and it looks so good. But I probably wouldn't have actually liked it, but like I like the idea of it. Software engineer is dead. Yeah, it could be that the bubble pop or whatever, but because of AI too. I don't know. I think I'm better fit for probably more creative jobs in general. Keychain, $10 super chat. Brittany. Brannon and Tani. Look at the way he spelled it. That's like, you know how you have your government name? That's like my jungle name. Brannon and Nee. What do you think people will think is the strangest thing about people say 100 years? That they like, okay, like TikTok live. Because you'll be scrolling and you'll see someone like deformed. Then the next time you scroll, you see someone doing the NPC, like literal guys in the street, multiple of them on the same corner in New York going, glizzy, thanks, bruh. Thanks for the glizzy, bruh. Dog, we're gonna get lit tonight. Glizzy, bruh. Like, that is, like, disturbing. That is dystopian. Like, you have to do that to eat? Dystopian. Also, I heard we had so much in common. We have both dated gay men. Wait, what does that make you? Did you date yourself? Wraith, $2. Did your sense of fashion make you stick out when you lived in Brooklyn? I mean, like, I guess, but, like, I don't know. I never really thought about it. I just dress the way I want. The only time I think about it is if I'm getting harassed, and I'm like, well, time to not have fun when I get dressed. Jay spends $355. How can Margot Robbie hit the wall when she's already married? Yeah, I feel like that term is misused so bad. It's like, okay, Mira brought this to my attention. Okay, look at this. Okay, I'm gonna find a photo of the boys. Where's that photo, Mira? The one with the cast, where they are now, how they look now. From Harry Potter. I'm gonna look for it. What's the third one? What's his name? I don't remember the blonde guy's name. I'm gonna scroll up and find it. Because they be saying women hit the wall. Yeah, that thing. Thank you, Mira. Okay, they say women hit the wall. But have you considered the following? Hello? Hello? Why do men go homeless the minute they turn 40 years old? Their hairline jumps back 3 inches and they go full homeless. But women hit the wall? What are you talking about? Men are the one who have no self-care. Even these guys, let me tell you something. Don't get uppity at me for pointing this out, that they look homeless, because these are multimillionaires. They have no excuse. They can afford any stylist, hair transplant treatment, surgery, anything that they want, anything you could think of. Okay, before you go malding and balding at me, these are multimillionaires. These are not average guys. Okay, they can do something about it, and they choose not to. They choose to become homeless. Oh, women get wrinkles? Well, men become homeless. They're only in their 30s? Oh my. So, why would women be the ones hitting the wall visually if men are the one not doing any self-care? Women are constantly going to appointments, doing facial routines, skincare, lasers, peels, tretinoin, sunscreen, exfoliation, getting like surgeries done to alter their face, getting their hair done, changing it to the perfect color looks good on them, having to test out a million makeups to see like which ones look good on them, which ones last and have the right colors and the right texture for their skin. Like, being a woman is exhausting. It is exhausting. You are never, if I had to describe womanhood in one sentence, you're in a constant state of discomfort. Like, there is never like a good 10 minutes that goes by as a woman, especially if you're around other people, where like you just feel like comfy. Like, guys get the luxury, they just feel comfy because they don't do anything about their appearance other than the ones who go work out. For the most part, they're not doing anything. Like, women, it's like, oh, my hair's out of place, I'm gonna adjust that. Oh my god, look, because I have dark hair on my light skin, it looks weird that my hair part. Oh my god, like, this hair is frizzy, my hair is in my face, I'm gonna like retuck my top. Oh, it needs to be French tuck, it has to be half tucked in. Like, do you know how mentally ill being a woman makes you? Like, the sheer mental illness from the upkeep of being a woman, getting her fucking eyebrows plucked. Like, most women are going to the salon and do that every 2 weeks. They're going to the hair salon every month. They have to study hair. They have to study hair theory. They have to know color theory. They have to know shapes. They have to know what shapes look good together. They have to know what features to highlight. They They have to know everything. It's like they're creating themselves. But then men just go homeless at 30. Like, you're telling me women are the ones hitting the walls visually? Bullshit. Men will go bald and do nothing about it. Okay, have you guys ever noticed when you watch a movie and, like, it's always like with these love stories, when it's an older character, it's always the guy, right? And he's like balding and he's like fat. But have you ever seen a movie where the woman is balding and fat? And the love interest? No, you don't. I haven't seen it, at least. Must be very rare. Like, the guy somehow gets a pass. Like, what's that movie with Scarlett Johansson where she was like underage and they're doing panty shots of her? What's that movie called? That movie. Like, the male protagonist, he's like fat and balding and wrinkles. It's like, dude, that's, yeah, lost in translation. There's like, he was taking no care of himself at all. Okay, do you think a woman would let that happen? Do you think a woman would let herself go bald? There's a reason you don't see balding women in television. First off, it's because men are getting a pass for it, which, why are you letting them? Number two, the women would do something about it. They would be getting that, they'd be getting that rosemary water spray and 3 times a day if they had to make sure they don't get a bald spot. That's what women would do if they were going bald. They'd be dunking their hair in 3 different liquids every day if that's what it took to not get a bald spot. But men are just out here letting their hairlines fall back, talking about how women are hitting the wall. That's crazy. Because men do nothing for their self-care generally. It's not a lot of them that actually do something. And the ones who do, guess what? They're the ones, and no, I'm not talking about gay men. They're the ones who are getting female attention, and then men get mad about it and then call the ones who aren't gay, gay. But it's like, why are you jealous? You know, it's always women are just jealous, right? But like, all these men are out here acting jealous of men who actually take care of themselves when they get female attention. Why don't you improve yourself? Why don't you do some self-care? Why don't you spray your scalp with some rosemary water so you don't go bald? Like, do something about it. Women don't just let that get out of hand like that. Sure, there's obese women, but I'm telling you, you never see balding women. They get a wig, they get a weave, they use things on their scalp, they get their hormones treated. They'll do anything they have to for that not to happen. So, I don't know. I don't know about the whole wall thing with appearances, with like women aging like milk. Yes, men have the advantage for like clear skin and stuff like that because of hormones and like thick eyelashes, but their self-care is so bad that it doesn't even matter when they age. And they just fall apart and turn homeless. They become homeless. And then they get mad when men actually take care of themselves and are attractive to women. They call it gay and they shame it. Don't get me wrong. There's definitely instances where it does become gay for self-care, and I've seen it. It's like, don't be a pretty princess in that sense. But like, there are guys who are like pretty that like do self-care and they're not gay and they don't come across as gay to women. But like, if a guy puts on sunscreen, he gets called gay. Like, literally not wanting skin cancer is gay. Not wanting to age your skin is gay. It's crazy. You know, if they're so concerned about the wall, why don't they put some sunscreen on? Why don't they get some laser treatment on their skin? Why don't they get hair transplants? Why don't they spray their scalp with some rosemary water? That's my question. Like, do you know how good attractive men have it? They like rule the world. They could get anything they want. Like, you have the best of both worlds, and you're just like actively not doing something about it. Why? And then you're just gonna sit on the internet talking about how Margot Robbie hit the wall? Please. How many men are using minoxidil and rosemary oil to prevent baldness? Very few. Exactly. Minoxidil is just... Rosemary, I believe, is slightly more effective clinically if you look it up, but they're about the same in effectiveness from the research that's out there. And I've seen a lot of anecdotal evidence too. Like, pregnant women literally showing like, look at all these baby hairs poking out, and it'll be like so many, like a whole clump of baby hairs that are short and new poking out from using rosemary water. So like clearly it does work. So like in that same sense, imagine being like Pearl and like not taking care of yourself. She's that equivalent. She's like a guy, right? Like how guys don't have self-care. She's doing that. She's emulating masculinity. That's why she's not feminine. She's doing the same thing that they are. So there's positive and negative aspects to both, but that's not one of the positive aspects I would be taking on as a woman, of like men's lack of self-care. Especially when you for your beauty as a woman. Valued for other things too, but first and foremost is like the first thing someone notices is your face and body across the room, your silhouette. John Snowden 199. I use Nivea men cream. Everyone thinks I'm in my 30s. Wait, but how old are you? 86% of plastic surgery patients are women, apparently, according to Google. Hair transplant would count into that. Men don't cur. That's insane. Like, you know, okay. When I heard about men getting like the height surgery and they're like complaining, like, look what we have to do just to be attractive. We have to get height. It's like, women have been doing this for how long? Getting how many surgeries? It's like, you hear that as a guy and you're probably like, damn, that sucks. But you hear that as a woman, you're like, that's it? That's all you had to do? No way. Like, that's it? It's a painful surgery, but nonetheless, you just had to get one surgery and that was it? Nothing else? You didn't have to learn color theory? You didn't have to learn about shapes? You didn't have to learn how to style your hair and take care of it? That's it? That's all you did? BBL is the deadliest surgery and women still do it. Yeah. Yep. Very dangerous surgery. And that's not to say that's a positive thing to necessarily do that, but my point is the effort. Don't be like Pearl. Don't put zero effort into yourself. Like, you can't be perfect, but there's a night and day difference between doing something about it and not. And people notice. $5 Canadian from Turbulence. Totally agree. She's fucked. She's deaf as it gets. Like, I think that was in terms of her being reasonable or not. John Snowden, $4.99 super chat. Twice. Thank you. My ex-girlfriend, Japanese, Hawaiian. White girls are tore up by 30. Why? She honestly could not grapple with why white girls age so fast. There's a reason for it. It's because they have thinner skin. Like, that's why you can see through it more. And also, they're not meant to be in certain parts of the world where the sun is so intense and burning their skin. In the north, it's not like that, right? So they're like going in areas where their skin is getting really damaged and it's causing them to get wrinkles and age because they're not taking protective measures. That's why. So they have to take those measures genetically. I mean, like, for their genetics. So, like, for me, for example, I don't burn that easy because I mix with black. But if I weren't, I would be having to take a lot of precautions. Maybe bring a parasol with me places. Always wear a cap, wear a hat, things like that. And there's a reason black doesn't crack, but even so, you would still want to be careful. Like, even if you don't burn it easily, you still want to take preventative measures. And give her a turtleneck and call it a day. Thank you, Jack Morgan, for the $19.99. That was funny. See, men would never. I'm telling you, they wouldn't. It's too much work. And it's like, yeah, it is. And it's annoying. But, like, you can also stand there, like what I see online, people saying, like men saying, and be like, why does she get free things? Why do women get treated so well? And they're, like, investing half their day into their looks and beauty. But then, like, the guy wants the same thing without doing any of that work, without any of the research, without any of applying the knowledge. It's like, just because femininity isn't tangible doesn't mean it's not real. Because masculinity is more tangible in the sense that they can literally provide physical things, and that's masculine. Femininity is the opposite, where it's more lucid, and that's the nature of it. They flow from one emotion to another. That's why stoicism is seen as masculine, right? They're not flowing from one emotion to another. Femininity is like a vibe. It's a vibe that you give, and that includes beauty. Beauty gives a vibe, right? That's not a physical thing you bring to the table. And it's crazy to me that even Andrew Tate acknowledges that. Someone who's an absolute bastard, and for what it looks a lot like trafficking from the methods he used on those girls, among other things, still under investigation. But even he, their leader of the red pill manosphere, says, yeah, I want my girl to look pretty and do as least amount of work as possible so she can not be stressed and be pretty, because stress makes you ugly and old looking. How is it that even he understands it and acknowledges it? I mean, I guess it's because he has to know how to manipulate women to use them and use their femininity for his gain, but he knows that as their leader, but they don't. They're still walking around asking, what do you bring to the table? Like, how is that the case? They don't listen to their own leader? They ignore that one specific advice in particular? And so femininity is like an essence of being. It's not an essence of doing. It's being pretty. It's being a vibe. It's like the way that you respond to things. It's not it's the tone and how you carry your voice. It's not tangible. So a lot of people seem to view it in the same lens as masculinity, because masculinity in our physical world is more visible, it's more tangible, so it's easier to understand, I guess. So they discount femininity as something worse and weaker, like how Pearl does, and they talk down to it. But it's actually very powerful, and it's worth learning about and understanding, so that you can understand how to embrace the best parts of femininity and masculinity for yourself, and how people interact with you and the quality of life that you have, versus just being ignorant and saying women dumb, and then like walking around like a little man, and then you're upset when nobody wants you, and you're making fun of, oh, femininity dumb. If it were so dumb, like, you would be married. Pearl would be married. So, and it's crazy that femininity gets gaslit, like it doesn't exist, or like it has to be a physical thing, when like there's so much effort that goes into it a lot of the time. Like in its essence, it's so psychotic, right? That's why women tend to be more neurotic, I think the word is, like more mentally ill a lot of the time, versus men are more like stable. It's in that same essence. And women are putting so much effort into that and work into their femininity only for it to be called nothing and to be gaslit about it, and then be told they're not bringing anything to the table. And it's really peculiar. Oh my God, I can't speak today. My throat is like running out. It's really peculiar to me that, you know, it's discounted, right? Like I saw this one video where the girl, she's wearing like booty shorts, and when I say booty shorts, I don't mean short shorts, I mean like her ass is literally out, and the guy's like, what do you bring to the table? And she's like, I want McDonald's. But like, he's like, you gotta bring more than that, than you being pretty. And she's like, I want McDonald's. That was so funny. Where is it? I don't know what it was called. I should have saved it. She was so bimbo. Maybe if I type in McDonald's, it'll come up. I don't know. Someone finds it, tweet it at me. I'm gonna take a quick look and see if it's here. Okay, I can't find it. It was on the timeline. Give me a second. I'm gonna keep looking for another minute and see if I see it. What's today? The 16th? I think it was from like a day or two ago. Sorry if I'm lagging. I don't know what's going on with my capture card in my computer today. Yeah, I don't see it. Someone's gonna have to tweet it at me. Someone did an edit of Pearl. Hold on. This is my version of Pearl's makeover. I would do... Okay, so they made the hair brighter. Yeah, but the reason that the brighter hair works is because you made her eyebrows darker. It's far from her natural color, and she doesn't like wearing makeup, so that's not going to work for her. Soft brown shadow. Yeah, definitely like some soft makeup would look good on her. I agree. As opposed to like too edgy. Yeah, light brown lashes. Light brown would be good. This is too dark though. It's like black here. I would do lighter brown. America doesn't make like they don't make light brown that much. I have to go to like Mitsuwa to buy my makeup because of that. Like they don't have this in America. They don't have like this soft mauvey. I'm gonna have to like brush my teeth. But they don't have that soft like mauvey color. They don't have soft colors in general. American makeup's very like in your face bold and doesn't look good on everyone. And got rid of pre-aging wrinkles and straightened her teeth. I think her teeth are fine. But yeah, the reason that bright color is working is because you made her eyebrows darker. She's not going to do that. It's too out of her palette. But anyway, what I was saying about the TikTok where she was like, I want McDonald's, when the guy was like, what do you bring to the table? And she was like, I'm hot. Also, I want McDonald's. So like that reminded me of like him replying to her, well, that's all you bring? Any girl could bring that. And it's like, but that's not true though. Because if that were true, like these guys wouldn't be so horny for like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 women. And guys don't really go down generally with women. They generally, like, I know I hear the opposite all the time of like, oh, women are like so hypergamous or whatever. But like men always feel like they're settling if they get anyone below a 7. So that's what it seems like to me, especially after the thread where they're like, that moment when you start to hate your girlfriend, and it had like 100,000 plus likes. So clearly resonated with a lot of men. So it seems like they always want like a really hot woman, and they feel like they're settling otherwise. So like clearly it is very valuable to be pretty, and she's not wrong by saying, oh, you bring that to the table. Because if you took that from the table, if you took away the sex, you took away her being hot, they would no longer want her. So why would it be an incorrect response to say like, I bring beauty to the table, I bring femininity to the table? Like, how would that be wrong? So, because you take it away, now they don't want them, right? So it's clearly worth something if it's a deal breaker. And also him saying like, oh, any woman could do that. It's like, but if that's not even true, because men gloss over ugly women all the time. They just don't notice them. They just don't give them attention. Like, beauty takes effort, even if you're naturally beautiful, especially if you're on camera, because camera doesn't translate to real life. So like to say, oh, any woman could do, that's not true. There's a reason men regard some women as hotter than others and are willing to do more to get them. So like, it's not true that like, oh, only every woman could do that. It's like, no, in reality, not every woman can do that. Few can do it efficiently and good enough to be that high of a ranking on the scale, so to speak. So it's not so common. If it were common, like women do have better self-care than men, right? So the average woman looks better than an average man, but that doesn't mean they're all walking around 8s, 9s, and 10s. And she was really attractive. Let me find I'm gonna find it. I think I know where to find it, so you can see what I mean. See, it was not lagging like this before. Now it is. It's really annoying. Here it is.
I need to make in order to...
You guys can see the context of what I'm talking about.
How much money does a guy need to make in order to be with you long term?
$250,000 a year, minimum.
Okay, $250,000 a year. What do you bring to the table?
A lot of things.
Name them.
This is one of them.
So that's all you got?
I'm out of here. I gotta get
You
McDonald's.
can get that from any girl though.
No, I got a lot more than that, but I
Like,
don't
you
have
can get
time.
a girl that doesn't need 250.
A girl that doesn't need 250?
Get the same thing, yes.
I need my McDonald's.
How much money does a guy need to make in?
That was so funny. It's so bimbo. But like, she's saying 250, but like clearly they're in a city. So like if you wanted a family, that does cost a lot of money. Like you could be as humble as you want, but at the end of the day, the rent or whatever mortgage, city probably rent, needs to be paid, and the children need to be fed. So even though it's a lot, like if you're planning to stay in the city and start a family, which if the guy has their job there, right, it does require a lot of money, to be fair, if it's New York, for example. But like, I'll put it in this way. Like, do you ever see, like, how do you say this? Like, because supermodels isn't a term anymore, so to speak, but like, you know the concept of really well-regarded, attractive women that meet the beauty standard. Like supermodels, actresses, that type of thing. There's a reason they're not dating poor men. And it's because they don't have to, because they're very attractive. Fame helps too, because it broadens your social circle to be able to find these men. But like, the women are really attractive and they don't need to deal with poor men anymore. So they don't. Celebrities tend to date other celebrities, for example. So if you're really attractive, it is doable. And I feel like a lot of guys are projecting, and because they can't do well with women with what they have. So like, if they see a woman with a certain standard, it's very like infuriating to them. And there definitely are unreasonable women in general. And yes, 250K is a lot. But you know, if you want a big family, you live in the city, which we don't know because he didn't ask her or she didn't answer, then you know, that would be the realistic number to do that. But because in the city, like $100,000 is like nothing. So yeah, if you're really attractive, like, you will get richer guys generally. Like your options will open. This is pretty common sense. There's a reason hot women date rich men. It's because the rich men want the hot women, because women, by existing around them, bring the men status. You literally existing brings them status. That's what femininity is. It's not a physical thing you're bringing to the table. It's being. So her existing around you makes you look good. Everyone's like, whoa, damn. Like, that's what men like. That's why they want the hot woman. Also because sexual attraction too, intimacy-wise. But they want that. They want the status of having that beautiful supermodel-esque woman. And that's why a lot of rich men go for that. So I feel like there's this disconnect about that online, that like hot women get richer guys, because they do. Okay, but do you want to be on the struggle bus while you have a family? Is that what you want? Like suffering, making your kids have a worse childhood, suffering by being with someone broke who can't actually afford for the kids to have a good life? Is that what you want? Is that what we should be promoting? No, I don't think so. So, yeah, 250K is a lot, but it depends on what she wants. Does she want a big family? Does she want to live in the city with him? Is that what he wants? Things like that. But in any case, like, clearly beauty does have a value, and it does get you men who make more money in general. That's kind of how it works. Yeah, trophy wife is a term for a reason. But let me say what Pearl does. Don't shoot the messenger! Women can bring other things too, obviously, but first and foremost, I'm speaking about things that are more exclusive to women, like, because it tends to be that women are the ones being trophied around, right, for their beauty. So it's not that their intelligence can contribute, or like other things that are more tangible, but beauty is clearly a big one. It clearly does matter a lot, and that's all the men say that they want. It's all they talk about online in these circles. I think a lot of people get mad because they're really insecure, though, in general. They're like insecure, so if somebody has any sort of standard that conflicts with them, especially if they're attracted to the person, they get really mad. So that's what I see a lot. Why the fuck is the mom from this woman who looks like the mom from Incredibles like have her legs open on my timeline? Like, do I follow this person? No, I don't. Justin Wang follows them though. It's funny. Okay, I didn't eat, so I need to go get some dinner. It's been fun complaining with you guys, having fun talking about color theory and what women bring to the table. But you either get it or you don't. If you don't get it, you're probably just not attracted to feminine women. It's really that simple. Like, you wouldn't ask what a woman brings to the table. You would know, and that's why you would be asking her out in the first place. It's just stupid. You would know what a woman brings to the table. Makeover, $10 super chat. It's not that it's expensive. It's not that expensive to have a family. You pay zero tax, get a lot of government subsidies. In the city, it would not be cheap. Not a happy life. I think people really underestimate what a third world country places like New York are, especially if you're poor. This guy who has 5 siblings, household income was $50K a year. Yeah, if you don't live in the city, but they were in the city. They don't have to stay there, but if he has his job there, they're probably going to stay there. So, but anyway, we don't know what she wants because she didn't say. She just said she wanted McDonald's. But anyway, femininity is about being, not doing. It's about an energy. So you either get it or you don't. You either get it or you don't see the value in women and you're probably gay. So have a good night, everyone. And check out Reed Street Soap. I'm going to post a link again to get candles like this one. The hot chocolate candle. And they have a search bar if you ever want to search like a flavor or candles or anything like that. Here you go. That's the website, reedsoap.shop. There, I'll pin it. Sasha Lamar, $5 super chat. Powerful women like yourself set that table, Miss Venti. Thank you. Macleod, $5 super chat. Why would you want to put your kids in the city? I mean, I agree that's not like favorable, but if their dad has to work there. Patrick T, $4.99. Hey Brittany, what's going on with the pink Cadillac? Pink Cadillac. I don't know what you mean.